They told you to hustle harder, grind longer, push through no matter how you feel. They made you believe that the only way to succeed was through stress, through tension, through constantly doing more. But what if I told you that's exactly why you're stuck? What if I told you that everything you want in life, peace, success, love, power, flows to the person who can remain calm while everyone else panics? That's not a motivational slogan. That's a psychological truth. That's Stoicism. You see, we live in a world that rewards those who look busy, but quietly fears the person who doesn't need to rush. Because calmness, real calmness, is power. Not the fake kind you perform in front of others, but the kind that turns chaos into clarity. The kind that lets you stand still while the world burns around you. That kind of power manifests everything. And here's the twist. It's not about sitting back and doing nothing. It's about the energy you carry while you're doing everything. It's about relaxing your inner resistance, so life can actually work with you instead of against you. Because here's what no one tells you. The universe doesn't respond to your effort. It responds to your energy. And the energy of calmness is magnetic. Most people think manifestation is this mystical, magical law. They light candles, repeat affirmations, and think the universe is just waiting for them to speak it into existence. But let's go deeper than that. Let's talk about reality, not fantasy. Stoicism teaches us one of the most valuable insights ever whispered into the ears of those who actually listen. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius wasn't talking about wishful thinking. He wasn't manifesting success by dreaming about it. He was aligning his internal state, his calm, focused, grounded energy, with the flow of life. And this is where modern people get it all wrong. They chase, they fight, they cling, they obsess, and the more desperate they get, the further what they want slips from their grasp. Because desperation is repulsive energy. You can't attract what you're afraid to lose. You've seen it. The person who needs love the most never finds it. The one who begs for attention never gets it. But the one who's relaxed, fulfilled, grounded in their own being, they don't chase. And somehow, without even trying, everything starts to flow to them, because they embody what they desire. Let me be clear, this isn't about being passive. This is about learning to act from peace, not panic. When you act from peace, you make decisions based on clarity, not fear. You move with purpose, not pressure. You operate from a place of trust in yourself, in life, in the process. Stoics were not passive. They were warriors, but they were calm warriors. Unshakable, steady, still. And stillness, my friend, is not weakness. Stillness is strategy. Think about it. In war, in chess, in nature, the one who can stay still sees more. They calculate, they anticipate, they don't react, they respond. And in life, the one who responds rather than reacts is the one who always wins. That's how you manifest. You don't scream your desires into the void. You become so calm, so aligned, so focused on embodying the energy of what you want, that reality bends itself to match your frequency. You're not here to chase, you're here to become. But how do you actually relax when life is hard? When the bills are due? When your heart's broken? When everything around you feels like it's falling apart? It starts with this one truth. Nothing outside of you can truly disturb you unless you let it inside. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So when you're tense, when you're anxious, when you're overwhelmed, it's not because life is hard. It's because your mind is resisting what is. It's fighting the moment. And in that fight, you lose your peace. You lose your power. But the second you surrender, not give up, but surrender to what is, you reclaim it all. Because in surrender, there is no resistance. And where there is no resistance, there is flow. Relaxation is not a luxury. It's the doorway to your higher self. And it's in that state, when your nervous system is calm, your breath is steady, your mind is quiet, that new solutions arise, that ideas flow, that people are drawn to you, that confidence becomes effortless, that manifestation becomes inevitable, not because you tried harder, but because you aligned deeper. When you are relaxed, you're in the most powerful state possible. You are not needy, you are not desperate, you are not in survival mode, you are simply present, and presence is magnetic. Think about the people who command a room without speaking. Think about the leaders you trust instantly. Think about the people whose energy calms you without them even trying. What do they all have in common? They are grounded, calm, self-possessed. They're not trying to impress you. They're not trying to convince you. They're just being who they are. And that's the ultimate manifestation hack. You attract not what you want. You attract who you are. So if you want peace, be peaceful. If you want love, be love. If you want success, embody the energy of someone who already has it. Don't fake it. Feel it. Don't perform it. Live it. But none of that is possible if your body is tense, if your breath is shallow, if your mind is racing. That's why you must train your nervous system to relax in the face of pressure, not after it, not when it's convenient, in the moment of chaos. Because the person who can be still in chaos is the one who creates order from it. There is something deeply powerful about a calm human being. They don't beg, they don't force, they don't rush, and yet, somehow, everything they want begins to gravitate toward them. Why? Because they trust. They trust themselves. They trust their timing. They trust that life unfolds for them, not against them. And that belief, that unwavering calm faith, is what keeps them grounded while the world loses its mind. You don't manifest through force. You manifest through alignment. And alignment is born from inner peace. You don't need to be louder. You need to be clearer. You don't need to fight harder. You need to stop fighting yourself. You don't need to speed up. You need to slow down just enough to hear the signal beneath the noise. Relax. And the things that are meant for you will find you. Every time you relax your grip, you open your hand to receive. Every time you soften your mind, you become receptive to wisdom. Every time you quiet your fear, you allow life to flow. So today, stop trying to manifest from lack. Start embodying from peace. Trust your path. Trust your presence. Trust that by relaxing, you unlock the very reality you've been chasing. Not because the world changes, but because you do.